Hi, everyone. So happy first of the month. You guys, we had an amazing June last month. I'm so proud of all of you guys. We ended the month stronger than we've ever been. You guys were working so hard and so excited and together as a team. So Mike and I wanted to start the month with just some motivation and go over. Mike has a whole presentation. I forget what you called it. What is it? Your hindsight. Hindsight 2020 and how to crush July. So I'm going to let him jump in and do this training, but I just want you guys to keep up this momentum. We're going to keep doing the weekly power hours. We're going to keep doing the Sunday night, onboarding calls, and let's keep up the group chat. I think that's really pushed everybody. And I just want you guys to keep the motivation, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are learning. Cheryl just did her first live and got a customer from the live, like right away. You guys are seeing that when you do the work and you take when you take the steps you need to succeed, you succeed. So let's definitely keep up this momentum. We're here to help. The whole team's here to help. And I think I know July is going to be all of our biggest month yet. And I'm so excited to see you guys all hit your goals. So I'm going to let Mike get on here. He spent some time on this just for you boss babes and dudes. And I'm excited for you guys to hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm excited too because I feel the momentum within the boss babes and the group, the growth, and it's fun to see. I love seeing my woman thrive and break ranks and all of you working together. So I'm going to get right to this training. I've actually shared this with 3 or 4 different groups this morning. The concept of when you look at the month of July, we're just going to call it a little bit of hindsight 2020, and it's a leadership thought. We had a great conversation with the group in the Philippines this morning. When you look at this quote, in hindsight, we may have done things differently. And I want you to think about the month of June. And many of you have been working for the last couple months, maybe a couple weeks. Some of you just joined a few days ago. But I want you to look at the month of June and ask yourself, what would you have done differently? It's not a negative question. It's not a negative thought. I've found in leadership, in the books I've read and the leaders that I've met over the years, and I love to meet new leaders and new mentors, that sometimes it's like William Bailey said, your problems and your solutions are always in the mirror. So hindsight is powerful. And I want you to think about just that question today. What would we have done differently? And I'm sure we can think in our relationships in life. We can think in our career choices in life, everything. We can always look at this and say, man, and you don't want to dwell on it, but you want to think quickly. What would I have done differently if I could have done that month over? So hindsight 2020 is very simple. Number one, you want to identify when you look at your team right now, and I don't care, again, if you have a team of 5 or 50 or 500, it makes no difference. Who are your key players? That's number one. Make a list of the people that are your most excited. And here's the thing about the list. You don't really have to make one because you already know. The people that are plugged into anything, like the family live on Sunday, I'm on there all the time. I can see the key leadership coming on. People that are plugged in, they're busy. They're out getting customers. They're out trying. That doesn't mean they're crushing goals every day, but you know who your core leaders are. Number two, what level do you want to achieve for the month of July? So you may have had a goal in June. Maybe you hit that goal. Maybe you didn't hit that goal. Maybe we just need to think a little bit bigger. But if you think about that, that's number two, very important step. What level do you want to achieve? And then when you look at number one, the list that you've made, what level do they want to achieve? So make sure you verbalize. You can kind of go through this process with them. Here's number three. Set a month-end date early, okay? And again, this isn't something you have to do, but I'm suggesting that you do it.
Oh, no, you have to. We're doing this. Our team is doing this. Our month end is ending July 27th.
You see what happens when I try to do something, and that's how she tells me it's not going to be done that way? So just listen, right? But I'm suggesting the 27th of July. Here's why. If you look at the calendar month of July, look at it on a spread. You've got, this is the first full week. You've got a second full week, a third full week, a fourth full week. If you mentally decide right now for you and your team that your month is going to end on the 27th, you're going to have another 3-4 days to clean up, okay? And again, hindsight 2020. What if you thought the month ended last Thursday and you were so close to your goals? You would have had 3 more full days to achieve them. So set a month end date early. Pick a date. I'm suggesting what we're doing is the 27th this month. In our mind, Brandy and I are going to pretend like the month ends on the 27th. Here's number 4. In a great question. What didn't we do in June? Ask yourself that question. Are there some things that you were going to do? And I'm going to put in this conversation today, in-home meetings. A lot of people talk about in-home meetings. They say they're going to do them. You know, I know summertime's tough. We get a lot of people on vacations. Kids are in sports, going to camps. But, you know, let's push all the excuses aside, okay? And let's think about a few activities we said we were going to do, we wanted to do in June, but we didn't do it. Now it's hindsight for July. July just began. So the focus is, what were those activities? If you were thinking about an in-home and you didn't do it, then let's get out the calendar, get with your leadership, and set the date, and everybody commit to it and make that happen. Here's number 5, the 10X of all activities. Many of you know I'm a Grant Cardone fan, Jim Rohn fan, Les Brown fan, a lot of different leadership that I read, whether it's over the years or videos. You know, Grant Cardone, the 10X rule is thinking 10 times bigger with everything you do. So that's number 5 for the month of July is let's Grant Cardone your goals. Let's think bigger. Let's act bigger. Let's focus on these 5 steps for the Hindsight 2020 campaign for July. The ultimate goal is for all of you at the end of the month to say, you know what, man, I crushed it. And the end of the month might be the 27th. Now, how cool is that? If you crush your goals on the 27th, and now you've got 3-4 days to help others finish the month. That's what we've been doing for the last 3-4 days, and just crushed a few new presidentials in Mexico, and just, you know, people are still kind of cleaning up the mess from that explosion of excitement. You know what? That's how a month should end. June was a big, big month for many people. July is going to be bigger. It's going to be better. So I want you to think about these things, but always the last thing I'm going to cover here, and I'll turn it back to Brandy, is stick to the basics. Okay. As you come up with your game plan for July, and hopefully today helped you, stick to the basics of what we do. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, again, how long you've been doing this. It doesn't matter if you have $10 million in the bank or 0. The basics are what make everything work. It's the fundamentals. It's like being an athlete. An athlete spends all year for a season. Okay, they spend all year on the fundamentals. Anybody who looks good, okay, physically, they didn't just didn't magically appear. They've gone to the gym in the mornings. It starts in the kitchen. All these little things that people do in the dark always come out in the light. So I want you to think of these 3 basic things, the rules of what we do. As leaders, we have to make sure that people understand this. So number 1 is we always help people get 400 BV. When they join, they're starting a business. Now, do they have to join with 400 BV? No. But just remember this one thing. When you are talking to people and you're helping them start a business, they're going to do what you tell them to do, most likely, okay? And if you tell them just to join for $99, they're going to join for $99. If you tell them to look at it like they're opening a retail store, and if you had a clothing store and somebody walked into that store, imagine if there was no inventory. Nobody's going to sell anything or buy anything because they can't even see. They can't feel. They can't taste. You have to look at this like a business. I tell most people it's not required, but if you want to start the business on the right foot, if you want to lead by example, you need to look at joining with 400 BV. It does a lot of things for you. It kicks out Fast Start and coded bonuses. It helps people get Fast Start and commission qualified. It gives them product to sample and share. It gives them product for their own personal use. Never forget, you know, having that product at home. You might have a spouse that's not fully on board at first.
What?
I had to push a few products on my woman, but you know what? If I didn't have those products to give her or to try, she never would have tried them. So many reasons why we need to get 400, and most importantly, teach people to do the same. Number 2, we teach everybody, again, regardless of their experience, to get 4 loyal customers. That's, again, leading by example. You get 4 customers, you're going to have a $100 shopping spree. You're going to make 15% on the unit level of those orders. You're starting your business, you're leading by example, and it's setting the stage for Ruby. Number 3, get Ruby. We teach people to go Ruby quickly and to build Rubies throughout the month. Remember, everybody has a story. It's great to help somebody. What if they got their 4 loyal customers in their first 2 days? What a great story that is. What if they go Ruby in their first 2 weeks? What a great story that is. Our Rubies average $500 a month. What if they then go Diamond in their first month or 2 months or whatever their story might be? It doesn't matter what the story is. It's the fact that you help create a story, period. So stick to the basics. Make sure you realize that. Understand we have the rank advancement bonuses, literally just excitement because we've got so many people now that have a 4-month runway. Now they can look at this and go Diamond, double Diamond, triple Diamond. Some people hit these ranks in June. Now they're looking at what's my next step or what person on that list that they made earlier am I going to help to get to that next level. So that's what we've been doing all morning with our leaders, taking them through just this mindset, really just programming their hindsight, which is 2020 right now. Your vision is 2020 for July, right? It's over in June. You can only take what you didn't do in June and apply it in the month of July. That's how you break the glass ceiling. That's how you take advantage of the summer months, which, by the way, July and August, typically a lot of family stuff going on, people traveling, vacations, whatever. And, some of the best months for your business are yet to come. So the more you do in the summer months, the bigger your fall is going to be. Look at it like what Jim Rohn says. The more you plant and sow right now, the more you're going to reap and harvest in the fall and the winter. And that's what makes the difference. People don't just fall on top of the mountain. You got to climb up at some point. What we're trying to do is help you climb a little bit more in the month of July. So I'll leave it at that. I just kind of left it with the sign Changemaker. And this is something to think about as we wrap up today. And I'm going to have Brandy close out. Never forget that every single one of us in your own right, and sometimes you have to realize that you may not realize that you are a change maker. So many of you, even if you're new, look at the stories that you're creating just with the product. You're helping a lot of people that have been stuck in a bubble of health, and you got them to bust that bubble and lose weight. You got them to take a step forward on their nutrition for their family. You know how many people are in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and they need someone like you to really push them to make a change. So remember, you're a big, big part of the change-making process for people and their health. And the second part is obviously the business and the opportunity. And I'm going to challenge you for the month of July. You might not take this the right way, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to lay it on you here today. That my challenge for everybody, and I did this with everybody this morning for the month of July, is to stop being selfish. And what I mean by that is you've got this amazing opportunity. You are inspiring people that you don't even know. When you share on Facebook, when, I watched the other day, Holly and Dan were setting goals in the back porch with their kids. And, think about this. You are inspiring people that are sitting at home, they're in relationships, and they're like, you know what? We need to start setting goals. We need to work on our nutrition. And people love to know that there are other couples, there are other individuals out there that will inspire them, will help motivate them and lead them in this change-making process, whether it's health or whether it's wealth. So you have to remember that you are a change maker of health and also wealth. And don't be selfish. You've got to unlock all the excitement that you have. You have to release it. And it's not just on social media. I mean, social media is awesome because you can kind of spread your wings and talk to a lot of people, and you can do this fast and furious, and it works. I mean, you guys can crush it with social media, but don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Don't be afraid to call someone that you haven't called. Again, July is that month, hindsight 2020. Think of somebody in June that you thought of calling, but for some reason you didn't. Be the change maker. Pick up the phone. Have that personal conversation. It doesn't matter what you say. They will feel your excitement. They will feel your energy. And you know what they're going to do? If anything, they're going to take a look. They're just going to take a look. They're going to say, you know what? I'll look at the products. Maybe I'll try some products. Maybe I'll be a customer. And you never know which persons, you have no idea the bubble you help them bust out of. To the point where they're like, you know what? I do need to make extra money. I do want to pay off some debts. I do want to build residual income. Some of my most wealthy friends, people that I mentor with, I feel fortunate and blessed to know. And when I look at everybody in my life that has done very well over time, it didn't happen overnight, but everyone I know that's been very successful, they look at what we do. They don't shut it down. You have to be open. You'll find sometimes we prejudge our greatest prospects. You are one, maybe two people away. You have no clue. of a game-changing business, of a life-changing business, because you made that phone call, you made that extra post, you went live. So hashtag Changemaker, that's what that means. I'm going to turn it back to the real boss.
Wow, you guys just got motivated mic'd. You guys got the real deal there. So, okay, so 7 children are now in our household, so I'm gonna make this quick. What I want to share with you guys is a couple things. I want to challenge you all to host an in-home party sometime this month. I want all of you to do it, whether you do a couple of you together, whether you do one on your own. Doesn't have to be anything formal. Have some friends over, sample some products, you know, easy peasy. Plan for the end of July. Mike and I are going to come to Ohio last weekend in July, and let's plan for a big event where we can come and talk to your people for you. We're going to keep doing the weekly power hours. So that's great. This Thursday is a holiday, so we'll figure out, you know, a different day to do this week. But we're going to keep doing our power hours every week. But I'm encouraging you guys on your own. Do them with your teams. Do them. Holly and Dan are a couple doing this together. I know, you know, Chris is supporting Stephanie. Jessica and Harry do this together. So if you are working this business with your spouse, do your own power hours throughout the day. They're going to do them daily. It doesn't have to be weekly. You're actually supposed to do them daily. We're just doing them as a team weekly. So get some power hours in outside of our team power hour. The half off codes, anyone that bought a ticket to Green Carpet, your half off code was extended until July 7th. So that's huge. Do not let those expire. Use them. Anybody that buys a live watch ticket to Green Carpet, they're $29 and you get a half off coupon for someone to enroll. So you guys should kind of get together and do some watch parties for Green Carpet, but buy the tickets now to watch and get a half off code for someone to enroll. Okay, I think those are my big announcements for you guys. So again, I'm really, really proud of you guys. I feel like our team has like finally come together and figured everything out, and you know, and end of June was like our month to kind of figure it out, and we're going to hit July hard. Like I said, let's pretend the month ends on July 27th, and then to have 3 or 4 days, you know, to rush and cram at the end if we need to, or to help a team member get there if they didn't quite get there. Let's start trying to do that instead of the last day of the month, all of us scrambling, trying to close. Let's try and close a couple days early and then clean up the last few days. So that is my new thing for the team that we're going to start doing. But all right, I'm going to go feed this house full of children. It's crazy. We have a 9 o'clock Zoom tonight that I will send you guys the link for. I'm doing with some other leaders, so I'll send you guys a link to that. And I hope you guys all have a great day. I appreciate everyone's time being on here. Bye, guys.